I'd like to welcome you to an all-new episode of Laid Back History. And tonight, we're going to be talking about our Research and Education Center. So quickly, for those that have not heard, the Washington County Historical Society is building a new facility. It's going to be our new research area, so it's going to house the Norma K. Grimes Research Library. It's going to have an all-purpose room that we could do events in, that we could do exhibits in. We can have rotating exhibits or traveling exhibits come through. It's going to be our new headquarters, so our new offices are going to be there. And then it's going to have a ton of storage for us, which for me is maybe the most exciting part. Because we have a huge collection here. We have well over 100,000 documents. We have over 10,000 items in our collection. Now, some of them range from little tiny toothpick holders to huge paintings and other items. So it's varied, but we have a large collection, and we're going to have a new facility that we could store these things in and store them properly. So I'm very excited about it. Now, this project has been going on for quite some time. We bought the property where we're constructing the new Research and Education Center, the site of the former Palmer Beer Distributor, which is what most people remember it as. We bought that back in 2009, somewhere in there, and it has taken time to develop what we wanted and get to the point where we could actually start construction. Now, we did talk. We have a previous episode on this that Brian Cunning and I did maybe 5-6 months ago. I'm not sure exactly when, where we actually took a tour of the site after demo was done to show what was torn down and talk about the building over there. Because where we're constructing this is the site of the John Lemoine House. So I'm standing in the Francis Julius Lemoine House. This gentleman here is Francis Lemoine. But it was actually built by his father, who is, this guy over here. And I have no idea if you're going to be able to see it because I can't see the frame. But this guy right here, this is John Julius Lemoine. John Julius built this home in 1812. And then after going into a little bit of debt and losing the home, Francis took over ownership of it, paid off his debt, took over ownership. And in 1826, John built a new house across the road. And that's where we're building our new Research and Education Center. And so we're excited about it. And I wanted to talk about it today. I wanted to kind of give you a quick update on what we are doing there. So I'm going to give you just a little update here, and then we're going to walk across the road where I think the guys are still over there working. So we're going to take a look and see what is happening. So we give you just a little bit about what happened. So we had the 1826 portion of the John Lemoine House, and we of course wanted to save that. We wanted to make sure we maintained that 1826 portion. And so it is going to be, the facade of it is going to be restored and returned to what it would have looked like in 1826. The interior of it, though, we aren't going to restore it. We are just going to preserve the features that are there. So there are some changes that occurred over time, but there's a lot of original features too. And so we're going to preserve those and maintain them, but we're not going to do a full restoration inside because that front portion, that 1826 portion of the home, that's going to be our offices, and there's going to be a meeting room and a workroom upstairs. So, very excited about that. And then we're also going to put an addition off the back. Now, the addition that was there that we demolished was an addition. Those were multiple additions that went on over the years. Nothing incredibly historic about them. And they weren't in good enough condition that we were going to be able to maintain it. And so it was decided to tear those down so that we could preserve the original structure that's there. And so that's what we're going to be doing. And then we have this addition that's going off the back, which you're probably seeing right now. And it's going to have it's going to house our research center. So not only the Norma K. Grimes Research Library, but the Waller McDonald collection of African American history is going to be housed in there. And people are going to be able to go there and do research, genealogical research. We have a great genealogy library. People will be able to go there. Then as you go back a little bit further, we do have some nice restrooms that we're putting in. Excited about that. No longer retrofitted restrooms that are in the house. We're going to have nice new restrooms. And then the all-purpose room in the back. That's going to be a pretty good size. It's going to be about 47, 48 by 30, somewhere in there. And it's going to be a nice area, nice space that we can have events. Maybe we can do a laid-back history live, in there. People can come. Actually, we'll do laid-back history with an audience. Or we can do, rotating exhibits, a special exhibit that's in there, or even have traveling exhibits that come through. So we're real excited about the space. It's going to be great. It is being designed to kind of look like row houses. If you take a look at the design, it is to give you that feel of a row house. I always said, if you remember the Cosby Show, the street that it was on, that's kind of what it reminds me of. The steps going up into it. So I'm very excited about it. I think it's going to be a beautiful building. It's going to be a great addition to downtown Washington. And so we've got some work going, as I said already. We broke ground at the first week of March here. And I can't believe how far they've gotten already. They've got the foundation in, they've poured the footers, and they're laying block right now. But I think probably the best thing we could do is let's go across the street and take a look at what's going on. And then when we're done, I've got a couple of announcements that I'm going to leave to the end here. So stick around. It's about the future of laid-back history. So come with me. I'm going to grab the phone, and we'll walk across the street. So. And we're going to hope that this whole time that my head was in view, because that would stink if it wasn't. All right, so as you can see, we're walking out the Lemoine House and across the street to our new Research and Education Center location. And where we're looking now, the building that you see here, that's the 1826 portion that we're looking to save. Not looking to save, that's the 1826 portion we are going to save. It's a very historic structure, and we want to make sure that we maintain it. It's got some great history, not only with the Lemoine family, but later on as well. So, got a nice busy street today. So, as I said, this will be restored, the facade of it restored, and then our offices are going to be down here. We're going to have a workroom upstairs, and actually in that window right there, that's going to be my office. I am really excited. I have worked at the Historical Society for 20 years, and I'm finally going to get my own office with a door. How cool is that? So we'll take a walk over here. Pepsi is not sponsoring this video. That was not product placement. And so you can see we've got some work going on right now. They're laying block. But to give you an idea, off the back of the property, off the back of the John Lemoine House, there'll be the addition that'll attach right to it. So there's going to be a transition, and then that long addition that's going to look kind of like row houses. And so you can see we've got a lot that's going on already. They've done a lot of digging. Here's a lot of the dirt that they've moved already, and they have started pouring, or not started pouring. They've poured all the footers. Now we had a little bit of rain, so a little bit of cave-in looks like in some places, to be expected. We had a ton of rain there. But what you're seeing here, kind of, let's show you where we're at. So, John Julie's Lemoine House. Right here in this area is going to be the Norma K. Grimes Research Library, where that's going to be our research library and our archive, and as I said, the Waller McDonald collection on African American history. And so this is the entryway. This is actually where the ramp's going to be. So we're going to have an accessible ramp, and this is where the steps are going up in. And then there'll be like a vestibule right here. Back behind it, there'll be 2 restrooms, and you can go right to go into the research library. And then back in this location where they're laying block right now, really from about here back all the way to that back section, that is going to be our new all-purpose room. So let's just sneak under here a little bit, and I'll show you. So this is where the steps are. This will be the steps that'll go up into that all-purpose area. So it's going to be a long addition. I mean, we're looking at, oh geez, I think it's well over 90 feet, almost 100 feet addition. So it's a nice long section that we're going to get. It's going to follow pretty much the roof line of the John Lemoine House right here. So it's going to be a nice building. I'm really excited about it. I'm excited to see what we I'm excited to see the progress it's made. I mean, you can look. I mean, this is just a couple weeks, and they had to take some time off because of the snow and because of the rain. And we're already getting block lane laid down. And I got to thank Dr. Webb's office. They have been amazing dealing with us. Needing them to move their cars, and we've had to rope off a small section of their lot, and they have been great about that and have not had a problem with it, and are just excited to see this project going. And so the community support has been absolutely incredible, and I'm happy to see that continuing on. And as I do this, I've got to also say, what has made this possible. I'll try to spin it around so you can see my face a little bit. What has really made this whole project possible is fundraising efforts by the Historical Society, and that fundraising, what's basically paying for this is private fundraising, but also the local shares account. We have the major support from this has come from them. I cannot thank the Washington County Local Shares account committee members enough, headed up by Jeff Catula of Washington County Tourism Promotion Agency. But the support from that group, from different representatives that we have, Cameron Bartolotta from very beginning was totally behind this project. I can't thank her enough for that. Tim O'Neill has written letters in support of it and been behind us on this. And then, the county commissioners, with Diana and Larry, from the very beginning, from when we first started this, they have been behind this and helped us get it started. Former Commissioner Harlan Schober was always there for us as well. And as I said, that continued support from Commissioner Irie, Commissioner Maggi, has just been instrumental. And then, of course, from tourism, Washington County Tourism Promotion Agency, I can't say enough about what they've done for us and what Jeff has done in helping us and giving us guidance and suggestions as we've built this. Couldn't have happened without all those people, and I can't thank them enough. The Redevelopment Authority, they have been behind this project as well and have really been helping us get it off the ground. And so if it wasn't for these community members and these community organizations and donations from people like you, I mean, we've had donations from Laid Back History viewers that have gone towards this project. If it wasn't for you guys and it wasn't for all those groups that I named, this wouldn't be happening right now. This is your project, and we're just excited to bring it to you. It's going to make a difference in this county and be an impact in this county and in this city and reshape the downtown of Washington. And it's because of you. And so I'm just excited about that, and I thank you for that. Sorry about it's a little loud. They're unloading some more brick here, or some more block. So it's a little bit loud, so I apologize for that. But I love it. I love that it's loud because it means there's work going on, and you can't beat that right now. It's just absolutely amazing. So, but I'll tell you what. Let me see if I can sneak around and get back into the Lemoine House. I'll give you one more passing shot of this to give you an idea of what we've got going on. So, stretching out there a long way for this building, and we just, gosh, I can't say it enough. I'm just excited about it. I'm so excited to see the progress happening. All right, so let's go ahead and sneak across here. We'll get out of these guys' way. So we're going back. And there, of course, is the beautiful Lemoine House. Built in 1812 by John Julius Lemoine. How incredible that this guy, in a span of 14 years, was able to build this house and that house. I mean, absolutely amazing what he was able to do. Okay, so back into the Lemoine House here. You know, the most beautiful sight when you walk in and you're greeted by our new building, which I'm, you know, just thrilled with here. So just give you an idea of what we've got. So this is the Palmer House right here. This is a transition that we're going to do just to break it up. And then you have where I was talking about the ramp going up and the steps. That's them. And then the steps in the all-purpose room there. So here is the layout of the first floor. You've got offices in the John Julius Lemoine House, our Norma K. Grimes Research Library, nice restroom facilities going back into the multi-purpose room. So like I said, a nice size multi-purpose room. And also a catering kitchen. So here's what's going to be cool about this, is that if you want to have a smaller wedding in the garden of the Lemoine House, let's say 100 people or less, probably ideally 75, 100 people, you can. You can have the wedding in the garden, and anybody that's been in our garden, it's absolutely beautiful. And then you can have your reception here in the all-purpose room. So how nice, how cool would that be? What a historic wedding that you could have in one of the oldest gardens in Washington County, and then coming into the and having it, you know, in a not a modern section of an 1826 structure. So it's going to be really neat. We'll be able to do events and it's going to be great. I mean, it's just going to be awesome seeing this come together. So you have, you know, offices, meeting room, all-purpose or workroom up here. The research library goes to about right here. Then you had your restrooms, all-purpose room, and then this whole thing up here, all of this up here, this is all storage. So how exciting is that? This entire section, all 94 feet of it, is going to be storage. So you can't beat that. So let me go ahead over and I'll put this back down and I'll walk back over. Okay, so thank you for coming with me as we walked across and saw the progress. But I do have a couple announcements. One, as always, I don't have tourism shirt on right now. I meant to bring one with me, but I wanted to thank them for the t-shirts. Right now I've got this shirt on, and I walked in to Chico Bocello down the street earlier, and somebody went, "Is that a Journey shirt?" And it broke my heart. And it also made me realize I'm old, because this is definitely not a Journey shirt. This is, of course, the logo for Fall Guy. This was his stunt business. This was his logo. And the Fall Guy, to me, has the best theme song ever on TV. So at any rate, but I want to thank Tourism for their shirts, not this one here in particular, though. And then also, Laid Back History. So we are really busy right now. We have so many things that we're doing. We are working on the museum across the road, or the Research and Education Center across the road. We have a lot of work that's going to be happening here at the Lemoine House. So we are actually restoring all the windows in this house and the facade of it. So the stairways, the two staircases, all that stonework, that's all going to be restored as part of an overall project in preserving the Lemoine House. We have a lot of other things that we're doing too. We've got the Whiskey Rebellion Festival coming up. We've got Laid Back History Live in May that we're going to be doing in the garden at the Lemoine House, which I'll tell you more about in the next episode of Laid Back History. And then we have the work of moving everything over and doing a lot of stuff here at the house, as well as just the everyday operations. And it has gotten very difficult for me to put together quality episodes of Laid Back History every week. I've been doing this since March of 2020, so we're at 2 years. I started out doing 2 episodes a week, Tuesday and Thursday, dropped it down to 1 episode, but over that time, we have done over 117 episodes, which is insane when I think about it, how many episodes of this that we've done, as well as the special episodes. And if you remember, they started out as me just sitting in my chair talking, And then they progressed to having, actual camera equipment and sound equipment so you can hear me. And we try to do some higher production value on these if we can, and make them good videos for you. And so because of all that, with everything that we're doing and trying to put together, good quality videos for you, it has just gotten to be more and more difficult every week to have an episode ready. And so we are going to go to, instead of doing one every Tuesday, we're going to do one every other Tuesday. So we're going to limit it. It'll put us at about 26 episodes a year instead of 52. And then the additional ones that we do, the special episodes. So we're going to drop that down to 26, which is still a normal season for television. At least it was when I was growing up. Now I think they do like 12 episodes, which is just crazy to me. But yeah, it used to be you'd got 20 to 25 episodes a year of a show. But we're going to go ahead and drop to every other month, or every other week. Sorry. And so what's it's going to allow me to do is do some higher quality, production value on those. We'll still have some that are just laid back, relaxed, where I'm sitting here telling a story, but we'll be able to do some special episodes, like one that's coming up on Quitzy the Clown. We've been lucky enough to have a large collection of Quitzy's Motel over on Chestnut Street, Franklin Farms and Chestnut Street. We've been lucky enough to have a collection from him come in from his daughter, and I spent probably a good 2 or 3 hours a few weeks ago interviewing her. And I'm trying to put together a really nice, almost documentary on Quincy the Clown, the man of 1,000 faces. Look him up, incredible guy. Quitzy is Quitytsy is how you spell it, Quitzy the Clown. And so things like that, we want to do some better episodes or higher quality production on some of the episodes. So we're going to be able to provide some of those coming up, as well as doing more of the laid back ones. I guess now when I call it laid back history, more of so it's that you guys get to lay back in your chair and relax and watch me tell stories. So I thank you for coming with me on this journey starting in March of 2020. Thinking that I would do it just for a little while, for something to do during a pandemic, and then really turning it into one of the major programs that the Historical Society does. And it's all because of your support and the fact that you guys keep watching. I still get thousands of views for each video, and as long as people want to watch it, I'm going to keep doing it. So we're going to do that. We've also got some new episodes of Laid Back History Road Trip that are going to be coming up. And finally, I'm going to get Laid Back History After Dark made. Again, there's just so much going on. I wanted to do this, and I just haven't had time to pull it all together. But by going to every other week, I think I'm going to be able to do things like that. And so Laid Back History After Dark, if you haven't heard of it yet, it is going to touch on some of the racier pieces of history that we can't tell at 7 o'clock in the evening. We're probably going to have to push that back to like 10 o'clock. And so we're going to have some special episodes of Laid Back History After Dark coming up as well. So that's all I've got. I hope you guys enjoyed our trip to the construction site. And I will see you not next week. Now I got to change my saying. I always end up with I'll see you next week. I'll see you in 2 weeks for an all new episode of Laid Back History. Thanks everyone.